welcome, Emmanuel. Let's just play this video back. I think take some while will not come live, eh?
Yeah.
It's been a while. Welcome, Emmanuel. I say it don't take a while, will not come live.
Yeah, Magdalene, thank you once again. It's good to be here.
I know. Are we supposed for host Mahmoud Kargbo of former what's that the team name? Mahmoud FC, female football club now a day with FC Kallon. We hope for let join win at the show as we go talk about the female football international friendly match. We see a lot of things we don't happen with regards to that, particularly we get for do with the failure study where they for be played, they begin for stop them force, say they get one or two process so they not go through. So we go talk about that and waiting now the next step for female football in the country. Hopefully Mahmoud could join me. Also inside today's show, we'll look at the Commonwealth Games, the ongoing Commonwealth Games, with lots of medal so it don't come up, but we know we're not in it. The likes of England, India, and Australia, Canada at the top of the medal table. Salone we not in it. Nigeria don't win the first medal in weightlifting. A female lifter being get for win the first medal for Nigeria yesterday. We go look into the Commonwealth Games and how Salone done the performance. We force association we perform now swimming. They don't take part, they don't compete in the 50-meter breaststroke, freestyle, and also butterfly. But the results not encouraging as we see a lot of lapses. Although TT Swim today managed for improving personal best, but that's not enough for somebody within that training camp. We go look into that all, and also the national homebase team where they're able for knockout Cape Verde inside the Chan competition, the qualifiers. Well, they don't go to the next phase of the qualifiers and then go play Mali in September. But the latest is that Coach Zappa do La put up a career, don't get one of the player them. He don't pull out of the team because the player, according to what we understand, he go against one of the conduct of the team where they're not for playing a community league. So the coach been there at the field yesterday in Tuga. He see the player play when Mamoud when Lampard. Mamoud Fofana, what do they call Lampard? I think they play for FC Kallon. So then at the latest with the home base team, Coach Zapado asked him out of the team because of that misconduct, And we go look into that and talk waiting at the conduct behind that. And same way, so inside the show, go look at Salone players. Of God, we brought us away, don't make a move to some clubs, the likes of Issa Kallon, don't move to China from Holland. And we also see Buya Toure move from China to Sweden, Malmo. And we also see the likes of Samadia also move to a Division 2 club, Israel. And the other boy where they play now, Gibraltar himself don't move to any club winner links with Tijan Brahma. So lots of information in that. And the English Championship League 1 and 2 don't start yesterday. And the international also as well, we see Arsenal and gone. They fire all angles now. Now they win the Young Cup. Now the Young Cup they win the Emirates Cup
Emirates.
and they win. But we see big cups there yesterday. The likes of Bayern Munich began for win. The first trophy of the season. We also see Man City began for loss to Liverpool 3-1. Now the Charity Shield or Community Shield, and inside Holland we see Ajax being get for bow to PSV Eindhoven by 5 goals to 3. Now the Young Cup. So the league them where you see the cup, the half cup they don't begin playing. No say where they can go back to your enjoyment. When are the
Yeah.
the Premier, the La Liga, Italia, Serie A, and the Champions League is on its way. But people like we never they talk about Champions League because now Europa League with the Arsenal and Manchester. With the Thursday night football. So with all due respect to people like
Yeah.
Liverpool, Chelsea, Madrid, Man City, we respect to that. We're going to have full respect. All right, Emmanuel, welcome to the show once more.
Yeah, Magdalene, thank you. And to viewer out there, we say hello, Kargbo Kushe, Onadu.
All right, Emmanuel. Like I said, it's been a while. We know we not come online, but today we don't come. All right, quick while we start with the Commonwealth Games, we see the game starts on Thursday with the opening ceremony, the traditional opening ceremony. We see how the atmosphere will look like, and we see lots of things that don't go on. Although the expectation of the games, no day to that kind of level where people be they hope for. But what do you make up of the Commonwealth Games this year in Birmingham?
Magdalene, thank you once again. And as we all can know, the gift always gets a special flavor whereby every country can get your own setup towards that. And if you can look out the way England set up then and the way Australia set up in there towards the game, it's quite different. And each games can get a portrait of culture when it's like for sure. Say this is what you can see in this particular ceremony where you go know say this is England. And you go see this particular ceremony where you see this fireworks or the lightning system, you go know say this is Australia. So for me, it's all about their cultural promotion and back up with brands that are coming in to sponsor some of these games. And the games and don't start already, and we see say it getting flavor as the days are going by, as the events are going. For now, we see like the water events. We
Yeah,
get
the
big waters when
aquatic.
they don't dominate. Yeah, the aquatic, yeah. You get the big one and the like of Australia, New Zealand, and England, and then don't really dominate, except in the weightlifting sector where you see we serve the Africans and they come in and knock chest. But this will show say at least as Africans, especially for we the West Africans, we get a lot for do. We see in the marathon event where they try they were in Kenya and is in Zambia or Namibia also
Yeah,
did
but
very
but but
very well there.
the truth, the women's marathon Australia winner.
Yes, 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 yes. Where we and then Africans, you should get the second and third, the gold and the silver and bronze. We go to Africans, and interesting the marathon being won by Dozy. She has struggled a lot in life, Magdalene.
Yeah,
When
just
you go
testing
through in
Australian
story,
women's
yeah,
marathon. It won a
yeah,
time of 2 hours 27 minutes 31 seconds.
yes. So you see, and if you go through in life history, it go tell you say these are examples in Africa where we for the look at that go through life challenges, but yet still they pursue their dreams and focus and build side and one for Biso today. So the games are getting a good momentum, and we hope for see more personal best and games records for this set as you see that they happen in the swimming and other events. So I think it's getting its flavor as the days are wrapping up.
Okay. So like you mentioned of Stenson we win the women's marathon in history and all. We see the likes of India and also they do very well. Then pick up a couple of medals in the past 2 days and Stanket Sagat now one of the champions for England in the 55K weightlifting. And England were now the host don't win about 7 medals as of yesterday and today then get more hopeful. They're hopeful for win more. And we see catch that can set new world record inside 26.56 seconds in the women's 50-meter freestyle where they be swimming yesterday. And Nigeria Ajidat Adenike being
Yeah.
get for win gold medal, the first gold medal for Nigeria at the games for this year inside the 55K women's weightlifting. And what in this mean for the young lady as now in the show now on the screen?
Yeah. Last night, at least when me were been to watch, is it like the power jack lift? I was like, wow, this na a very good signal for Africa as a whole. And today I've been to get a discussion with one power lifter again in Australia. Her name is Fatima. She's also doing power lift. And in fact, the all two by then we been in Nigeria were like tight competitors. And she was sending the signal that this is a wake up call for other females surrounding Africa that sports now one way for pave people and destiny, people and way too. They say some of them activities that when they do, you go say it's a child's play, but it involves a lot of work, Magdalene. To the way they tell me, they say sometimes the training sessions and when they don't done from even for make them drive gonna them host them or take public transport very challenging for them. So for women doing weightlifting, they say it's not an easy activity. Say, but it takes passion, and that was the actual word we used to talk after chair. Like it takes passion for make you able to do short sport because most like can look at and say weightlifting are a man's male sport. And if you look at it as being like male dominated, but in Nigeria, then they see now like the ladies are more make setting out the records. You see, so you say like it's a good signal that others should be encouraged by it. That it's no longer like a male sport. That other ladies are also encouraged for coming to the sport. Sometimes you go think say your muscles and go very big or you go feel like can provide and say you get a masculine structure and the like. Say, but that's what keeps you fit. So like she was so proud of what she's doing, and I was like, wow, that sounds great. So for make you see like short records and they come up by we own sisters there, Magdalene, it's a big pride for me. It's a big pride for me,
Okay.
and take into consideration like the materials that we be surrounded by we in Africa, and we the utilize with the little we have and give up a good performance in the world stage. It's a good signal for we as a whole.
Okay, a good signal. But Emmanuel, now we go now to we own country in Sierra Leone. We get about 7 sporting discipline where they participate. One less than one we been called Australia in 2018. I think cycling is out this time around. No cyclists no go. So now that make the
No
only
side.
limit to 7 and beach volleyball as well absent. Beach volleyball be there in 2018, but this time no beach volleyball. And beach volleyball will be they expected there for the part of this Commonwealth Games because they then be the A sport in Australia where they go as far as playing the host. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we see how the performance where they be put up. But notwithstanding, let we look at we athletes that we don't perform the swimmers them. You get Titi Dumbuya, you get Joshua Wise. Joshua Wise and Titi Dumbuya are both now Olympians, then go to the Tokyo Olympics where they host last year in Japan. And you also get Aisha Kanu. Aisha Kanu actually been done swim na the Youth Commonwealth in Barbados, and this na in first time for swim in the Commonwealth Games. So looking at the structure, all of these athletes don't swim from breaststroke to freestyle to butterfly. We not see encouraging results. You see that, like for Joshua, it was so disappointed that he not able for improve in time rather than a swim from in time now been 29 1 a swim now 29:71 and when we say a swim 70 seconds backwards where not good for him at all, and the lack of Aisha not able for improving time. Titi Dumia also got a poor time in the freestyle, but she did well today when he swim um the butterfly and he began for improving personal best.
And Magdalene, and to be sincere with you, I'm not surprised about these results that are coming from our athletes. And you and me, we don't know how the stage are being set here, especially in terms of the aquatic events. We know that the standards surrounding that event, we not get them back home. And we athletes, and really, to be sincere, are not match up to that standard. You know how the event here is highly competitive, that the time records, then training sessions. Some of these people then get special dietitians within the go to. They get a yearly program within the follow. If you see the like of is it Titinos and
Mhm.
Makion, if you want the yearly activity, the yearly training plans, for me they will match up with the records within the set. Do we have those structures back home? Do we really have the training facilities? We go match up with your athlete then training plans. We really not get on Magdalene. So we are just using what we have and display out there to the world. So for us, actually, waiting the athletes are showing to us, we just have like a participating team. We're not able to get it a competitive team because for me, we will begin compete, we get for fix on the structures. And if we're not able to get them structures, and it will be hard for me we compete with them nations. You see, for example, back home in Australia, every suburb gets a training facility for swimmers. You go to the likes of Liverpool and they get training structural training facilities where swimmers can train whatever they want for do, and it's highly competitive. You get private pools and people and they do them trainings there. But where is it there back home? Even like with swimming pool, how many of them they able access and do standard training there? It's very challenging. So for me, Magdalene, to be sincere, I'm not surprised. I just appreciate waiting the athlete them to do. At least they were there to represent us. And that's like
So
added points to the nation.
you mentioned one point about the structure, but last shout out we viewers them Sile Kamara, welcome Nathaniel
Yeah.
Frank Boya, Ibrahim Tanko of the Gunners. Amit Manchester journalist Alpha. Are we still there with the play today? We will win. Welcome Salima too and James B. Williams. Welcome to the show. Please share, guys. Emmanuel, every year the NOC in collaboration with the association and the host series of coaches training level 1, level 2, level 3. Some people and then at Salone and international coaches license then get, but yet still we performance need to improve year in year out. You mentioned one word where participation, like participate, will they go participate, will not they compete, will they go for a showbiz. What do you think say we lack? Also, I feel say we they go wrong. We they go to major world games. We're not able for even reach stages like qualifying. Okay, for now, then go tell you that George Wyndham don't go quarterfinal for table tennis. How we reach there? Go there by bye because the possible way for play with either pull out or inner play. So the same thing to the boxers there. They share and you say this boxer don't go quarterfinal. How we reach there? You go there by bye because the possible way for boxer against not appear, not show
Yeah.
up for the event. So what do you think say the one that we're concerned for do, rather than developing coaches. What do you think so them for do towards developing the arenas, developing training facilities, and improve on athlete development? Because we see athletes them, to be honest, whether they send for go training camp, the TTO they talk about Sonawe swim, Ian Joshua, they be the training camp in Senegal. The other time they then go Italy before they go Olympics. But there is no improvement. Instead, then time they come down, they come backwards.
Magdalene, thank you very much. And this is what we call sports structure. And if when we look back to this week country and we can do now, you see how structured their sports system is. Then they begin team them from when they formed in school, from kindergarten, till then begin reach up to high school, then going to the uni level. You see them they do interstate competitions, then I are Magdalene. So that is what we need. We first and foremost need for emphasize. Now, it's just like every year NOC they do like their coaching courses and the like. But if you get the coach, you just like when you get you go buy MMM, a Range Rover, you pack them. Then you not get the expertise for drive the Range Rover. It go just did it normal. At the end of the day, you just sell them. It's a waste. So waiting to happen, we are training the coaches, giving them the knowledge, but they don't have the tool to execute what they've learned. So how could they implement what they've learned when they don't have the enhancing environment? So at the end of the day, it's just a tick of the box by NOC. That yes, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this. And because of it's a tick of the box by NOC and the like, at the end of the day, we are just going to produce participators. We cannot be able to have competitors if we don't have the enable structures. First and foremost, if you want to do extremely well in swimming, we get for begin start forget junior competitions. Create an environment, create the enabling environment when we for begin get picking, we for begin swim. They say catch them when they are young. So then they grow up with that skill, that special technique. And by the time that they reach them 16, 18, it's easy for me to sail into the professional level. But not when somebody go to reach in 15, 16 years. You want to put into explosive swimming. It takes time for make it develop that special muscles. Sports not what you grow up with. Maybe along the line you go, you can pick up in some other laps in. So like for example, if you don't learn this one sport, you can able to transform maybe into another sport. It takes time for make able match up towards that professional standard level. You see, so first of all, we NOC and the ministry need first of all must forget the enabling structures. Just like the leagues, how they go in football, we need to forget league system when they do swimming competition, east versus west up to the provinces. Then we get the pools and the like swimming arenas. You go see we begin get standards in with swimming. You go see the standard they begin improve. And by waiting to happen again, we not only limit with training sessions in Magdalene within this West African region. Let's start to go out to the north. Even like, for example, South Africa, you see they are very good in terms of the aquatic. If you take people and out to their regions and you see them standards. But if you're pushing to nations that we have similar standards, the drive, they be limited. Trust me, Magdalene, for me, like an athlete, as I talk to you, me driving table tennis get high. Like when I went out and see how other people are playing, I was like, woo, I'm like nothing. So that hunger, you get a hunger, yeah, and you get a hunger and go back, say, I need to start working. If I was doing 6 hours, I need to add up to 8 hours.
But inside Salone, you be the bit Rennie Benjamin, you big one.
Come on. Because you think like this, these are your power. But when you get out there, you realize that, man, I'm not doing nothing. I'm nothing. Because when they send 1 foot, you see somebody don't send 4 5 foot, you are like, what am I doing? But it's what we have, it's what we're using. So we need the environment where we enable we. And if we get them structures and they in place, put gyms them, get a lot of tables in, bring camp picking them and create something like an academy. Give them some, put them like we get like America where they get this system where you go to school and they give you like scholarship when you do sports. So let me picking when they do sports and begin get like a sporting scholarship. And then see that as in grade they go by, if they drop in their grade and they lost some of the scholarships, then sports for
Yeah.
go with the academy. They see some of them
But
motivation where they begin get that, but it's no longer, it's not happening there, Maggie.
without the facilities to play or train, I don't think say even if they give people scholarship, that could work for you. We need the facilities. Training
Definitely.
coaches every year, and it makes sense because you train coaches who started to go train the picking them. How many
Thank you.
coaches we get in sport like basketball, volleyball, cricket, swimming, but it's all the same results again and again. We need improvement. Look at the NOC, the whole NOC.
Yeah.
They not get an active website. Check now about Salone team in the Commonwealth Games. Check about Sierra Leone team in the last Olympic in Tokyo. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
They not get any active Facebook page. They not get Instagram. They not get Twitter. A whole NOC in the 21st century. Not get all of these things. So this tell you the people where they run sport. Sorry for
Yeah.
say this, but most people where they into sport, they lack the civility. They know. Possible to say I get masters in sport management in Salone, but in attitudes towards the game and sports, not developing at all. In document, in paper where you get in qualification, they reflect what did happen at sport. So there's a whole lot of things. Hopefully the NOC they get election after this. And probably we go say I see Samshu Mustafa the advertising self say want for be president. Now a young guy in get badminton, another sport
Yes,
within
I'm
a
still.
salon, we not get facility for play, but they operate.
Yeah.
And they on he say the president for wrestling when I play so I say one for sure. But lots of names they
Yeah.
come up, but it's not about the names, it's about who that civilize for improve sport na bluff man something. If possible munku is that the
That's true.
munku them boku na sport. Make it clear. So if I out any one of my bosses who I don't work with or anyone, but a lot of people in sport na
But
salon
that's the truth.
na munku people. Because if you know munku, you dey go out, you dey see how foreign arena than they. We not even get one indoor facility for play basketball, tennis, volleyball, and even table tennis. That they show how munku them be. We need civilized people, not to the sense. Sometimes there's also bookman and bokuback. They get problem there. We need post with civilized.
Yeah.
Now bluff man they will need na sport. Where we begin get bluff man and people will get art. We're not waiting for do their sports go begin for change. So in a nutshell, Emmanuel boxing the fight. We boxers and the fight today. John Brown get for the na the courts and John Brown na one boxer
Yeah.
away from where they come up. I don't they cover. They do very well. They beat the big one them. Where they're not the same weight category, but maybe age difference. A fantastic boxer in the box today. Later in the evening or so, what do you make up of that bout? Then what do you expect? Because we don't see in previous Commonwealth games the Sierra Leone boxer they can take 17 punch without no reply one. So what do you expect from John Brown?
And John Brown has he got a fit in the men's light welterweight. And to be sincere with you, Magdalene, my expectation not too high. My expectation not too high. But I hope and I wish him good luck. That's all I will get for say. My expectations are not too high, but I hope and wish him good luck. And we all know the level of we sports that we country, Magdalene. We all know the level of we sports that we country. And I wish him good luck, Magdalene. That would be the best I could say. I wish him good luck.
I hope John Brown no go turn Jibo because the last time, man, I was man 17 punch without 2 in 1 against. It was devastating. I don't know how he
But
playing boxer then, but I know John Brown. I don't say he go put up a fight, but let we there on the fence. Anyway, we wish him all the best. And on the third, we athletes then will start for take on the track. We also they wish them best, Emmanuel. So with the round up the Commonwealth issue now, we will continue for talk if questions come. As I don't see lots of questions, we don't come, we will come the back. But in the meantime, let we take news about we home base national team. As the home base national team, we don't make you proud a bit where they go na Morocco, then play the match through leg match day against Cape Verde and knock Cape Verde out of the first round of the Chan qualifiers, and now they don't go to the final phase. Where mean say if they knock out Mali, then go qualify to the competition where they go host na Algeria. So this now a good one. But let we look at the matches there. But that's not the issue. The issue at hand is that they don't ask one player out of the camp. Not the camp particularly. Mamoud Fofana, what they call Lampard, where the coach, according to Coach Zappa, he say he catch the player they play in an inter-community league, and according to him, one of them laws now that no player within the team never go play parents sports more game than they. So because of that, yesterday ABC and they play at Atuga Stadium. And after the match, the player not be see the coach anyway, but the coach be don't taking decision for ask the player out of the team. So Emmanuel, what do you make up of this decision and the performance of the team as a whole? First leg 2-0, Ali Conte, the Easter Lions talisman, been score brace. And second leg, we see Cape Verde be reply we and beat with 2-1. But because of we don't be the earlier 2 and we score 1, so we qualified 3-2 on aggregate, where Prince Barry be score a fantastic volley. So what now you take?
and Magdalene, first and foremost, I want to congratulate we boys in for that excellent performance where them they put up. And to be sincere, it's where I see the green, white, and blue play good football. Like so, I really don't see. And I was so impressed with the way we control the ball from the ground up to the air. And it have been just some defensive blunders the way. If you see the goals the way we conceive, these were some defensive mistakes. You know, it's happened in football. It is what it is. But the team as a whole, you see that it has a structure, it has a system. And once we realize you go no say them boys here not only train for 1 week or 2 weeks. They had a very good training session. If you observe the cordiality, the way the ball is being knocked around the boys, and then the work rate on and off the ball, you do really know say this was a team that has been working together. I not be only admire the team like when we are on the ball, I also admire the team when we are off the ball, because me from that now that's make you look at a good team. It's not when you're on the ball, it's when you're off the ball. How you cover up your gaps. And you see the work rate of each player was really, really good. So I'm so impressed with what Coach Zappa they do and make it keep it up with the boys. It's a good work, it's a good start. But yet still we not get for be overwhelmed by waiting we don't do so and put up a slow show. No. We go hard till we reach a mountain peak of we desire. And from waiting happen with the player, to be sincere,
Lampard.
Magdalene, this is a total Lampard, it's a total indiscipline. Mohamed Fofana. You know, some of them things they are so in sport. Now this week, we can say we need sport education for we younger brothers there where they play this game. Now, and there are times they need to understand some of these things. When you do an international call, there are some certain regulations the way they give you now. You just get for go by them. If you know, say you want play any other competitions, you get forget a release. then they give you can talk to the coach or the managers. They give you a release clause. Okay, you release to go and participate in these activities. Because you know what can happen most of the times when you deal on this international call, you're being covered by insurance. So whatever injury blow that you carry, that the insurance at that point in time, that then they cover them. So what about if the insurance now Tawasi, no, this particular player go out of this policy and get this injury, we not go cover her. At the end of the day, the nation get for end up for cryback, say we not treat this player fine. So these are some of the key things that we for take into consideration. If you don't want the national team call, you get for maintain that discipline. That if you want to go off and do any activity, you have to have a release from the coaches. But if you not get them, then Coach Zappa was right for send this player out of the camp because this is a beginning kind of discipline among the others. Therefore, no say we are in for business. And they have to take it very serious. Because who knows what this might take them into. So for me, what Coach Zappa did, I'm impressed. And it's a good signal for the other players in that they have to take their trade very, very serious and understand what you're doing. If you're not able to understand what you do, ask people and then game will give you the bylaws. And most of them know when I can call them in this camp, Magdalene. Even like you professional club where they sign, they get bylaws and code of ethics when they explain to us players. So even like when you're not gonna camp, they can give you camp rules when they explain to us. When I can get team talk, and they explain some of them rules and so if you say you want to be smart, then you can run unfortunate sometimes. Then even there are times waiting can happen with players in Magdalene, like even if the team not in a camp, but you can like in your personal home, remember, but you're still on international call. So people then can tend for take that. And remember, most of them are not getting like a release holiday yet, say go do what you want for do. But even if they give you a release holiday, the coach can tell you, I don't want una for play any extra competition because you are on this plan for now. So except if you don't do your assignments on international call, then you're a free man, you can do whatever you want to do. But for now, whatever go on with you is covered by the FA. So now you can make coaches and can be very firm on the decision.
All right. So that's not the situation now with the homebase team. That will ask Mamoud Fofana Lampard out of the team because he go play inter area league na Atuga Stadium, and play at the Lekra league. The Lekra is much more league than they. But that's it. Coach Zappa try for stampy foot and show great discipline. And for sure, the players say he get for year what they listen waiting coach them. They tell her, oh, if we don't get somebody from Birmingham, but it seems that everyone is busy now. They try for make calls and everyone is busy. But hopefully before the show done, Emmanuel, let we take another one. We get for do with Salone players the way they play abroad. We see some development take place with some of the players that don't get transfer to other clubs them and some of them players they move from one country to another. While some them within the same country they move to another club. But so far so good. One of the biggest transfer now Issa Kallon we move from in former club where although in a be free agent now after where he been done in contract video expire with Kargbo now Holland he began for search for a while for clubs and finally he don't join Shanghai Port na China, one of the Chinese Super League clubs them. And we also see Buya Toure join Malmo FF inside the Swedish Allsvenskan League where then a be the champion. And the likes of Samaria also don't join another team now the side where they play now Israel. So looking at the transfer window for Salone players there, you think say that's much expensive, interesting, or now the same circle we they go?
And Magdalene, I think the only one way me go give kudos to Nabuya we moved is it to Malmo in the Swedish. I think Malmo they're supposed to be in the Champions League if I'm right.
Yeah, because they are the champions
Yeah, I
for
think
the Swedish Allsvenskan.
they are the champion. So I think that's the biggest move in terms of TV right or TV view. For me, a career pursuit, it's one of the biggest move for me, and that was what moved me because fortunately that's gonna make I able get appetite for the watch choosing Champions League because most of we with the clubs or the support na Europe they on Thursday games, but all that's a part of life. So with him moving to the Champions League, I'm impressed. Sincerely impressed for going to a club where they play the champion. I remember I think the last player for Salone maybe remember after Mohamed Kallon was is it Paul Parker. We said I remember being played the Champions League. So for me, we get players them back for the move on and play the Champions League, which is one of the biggest league in the world per se in European football club level. It's a good sign for us. And the like of Issa Kallon, we know him in Shanghai in China. This is a money base. And remember, Oscar did it also. And I remember when Oscar made the move go to China, people and make a statement, cry and down, say no, he's too young. But one thing way it is spelled clear is that football not get pension, and he has family to feed. He get bills, he get things in for feed up now in family. He come from a poor background, so with we brother also don't go join the league there. I think it's a good one because he also do go meet big stars, and Shanghai is one of the most outstanding teams in China. And make it keep it up. And who knows, maybe if he gets an excellent performance there, he can get another switch and come and play the European football, you see. But I wish them good luck and let them keep it going.
Okay, Emmanuel, they wish them good luck and he said let them keep going. As we talk about the move, it's a bit difficult. A lot of people be get questions, say why Issa at the age, now 26-year old anyway, and then it's not a mid age now na the football career. People they say why he left early Europe, he go play China. A lot of people point out money. Other people say well maybe he decided for go there because he just signed for 1 year, 6 months, and probably he can come back like what you say. But looking at the the quality of the player and the team we don't go now, the stars the way they go meet the back as well. You think say he go able for make into the first team directly?
Making it to the first team, Magdalene, and that's therefore depends on the system of the coach and the playing abilities. Because if you look at Shanghai now also a very good side in the Chinese league. So and with waiting Issa Kalonge, trust me, Magdalene, he has everything to make it in the top side of this league, to make it in the first team in this league. And as people, as you earlier mentioned, people say at an age for the play the European football. I can tell people one thing: football, there are times you need to have a cycle around it. Sometimes you can go off and come back again into Europe. And at the end of the day, this game not get pension, Magdalene. And it's about waiting you will save now. Who knows waiting at the contract offer for him?
Yeah,
And
it's
nobody no go look
undisclosed
some of
though.
them. Yeah, yeah. You see, nobody. Oscar was not. Oscar look at. Remember, I been in Top Gear in Chelsea, but when that big offer come, you go. So like for him, nobody no go know how big waiting at the offer. He might then go down gear. We make him move go, and it's better for him for play and make good money now than it is a season without a contract.
Yeah. All right, that's now
You see,
Samadia in
so for
highlights,
me, let's keep it
Emmanuel.
going.
Okay. So Emmanuel also moved to Israeli second division club, Apoel Rashon Lezion, and Lizion or Lezion. And Samadiana, other fantastic player, one for which I'm all the best. And also another player we make a move now. The young man we now Tijam Brahma, he joined Lynx FC for 1 year and he played at the Gibraltar National League, the top tier. and instead make a move. But quick one, the league, some of the league that are Europe ongoing and some don't start already. Usman Kake be there in action yesterday for full 90 minutes inside the away defeat to Blackburn Rovers, and they be lost 1-0. And we see get full action for in club. Same way so to Amadou Bakayoko we get just 20 minutes of action after where he been come inside 70 minutes before the game end, but then draw Bolton Wanderers draw 1-1 with Ipswich now the English League One, and Bakayoko be replaced Kyran Lee inside the 70 minutes. And Ibrahim Silabi also there in action over the weekend with Emden inside their home defeat to Flensburg in the German Regional Liga North. And that's not few of the players that will be get minutes during the weekend inside the various leagues the way them been play. And as we move on with the show, we go continue for talk more about we Salone players them. But at the moment, let we talk about women football in Emmanuel. We see they don't organize for a friendly football match for women footballer them we supposed for playing at Kenema. And if we be players study, but there be one or two issues will be arising at the end of the day. The game they not be play. So the games they for play today, and FC Kallon already the female team don't postpone their own game to tomorrow Monday. What do you make up of female football development in the country? I'm seeing that the league will be expected for play not start, although the process for the league day on way then says supposedly go start in September. Now we see the clubs then they come together for call other club from other country for can play them friendly match.
Magdalene, and it still goes back again to the sport structure ability, and we left like this tick in the box system that we country. From waiting just happened in the travel shows here. We just want for the tick the box. Say yes, we have girl female football team there. But are we ready to compete? Or we just want to get players away for just the participate? How long the female team done the struggle at that country there? Magdalene, from after the days of Musu Pele, then there's one other female player, we've been play for Pastor Buck, we've been at the Eastern, something Ronaldinho, Sarah Dino. Yeah. After those names, how many classic players are we able? How best we able to help some of them players for reach up to the higher heights? We feel stars are dying. There's no structure, no enabling environment for them. We still need a structure for help. Look like now we get a friendly match. Wait for play. People don't go and unfortunately the game not take place. And you don't bring them international team.
The female representative now the FA stop the game. But now issues when me not know well. Now that make be invite Mamoud, but Mamoud disappoints we not join the show. And because Mamoud in the now then they try for bring female football together and all, and him be no when he sure we say go join the show and all. I send the link and the flyer to him, he accept, but all of a sudden able for come. So we just go rub mud into the competition, the friendly match for play. So hopefully the games then go play and Malima Queens go play state queens from Liberia. At Malima also na a club where they go, and we go see FC Kallon female go play tomorrow at the young game win on Monday. And they are only go move on because the friendly for play up to August 4th, where according to what I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, even according to MSFC, the Flyers, it was start from was it Saturday and it finish on Thursday, we forget the 4th of August. But some of them decisions and they've been taken, Magdalene, we get to make sure that the facilities, the place beside the competition that take place has to be well arranged. Yes. Okay. So if it was not well settled, so the FA and the committee, the managers of the ground, have made for them may get that slight misunderstanding between them in terms of facility utilization. So I think, but later they may try to fix them up and try to readjust the time again. But this all has to do
Okay.
with structures. Structures. It should have this stuff for the happen. It's undone.
I
How
know.
will other
I know.
people be viewing us? You don't bring people from out there. How they going to look at we? But
All
but
right.
thank God at least the league they play now.
Yeah, the friendly
Yeah,
match will play. That's
they
all
play. So
important.
that's
Although the
important.
magic, but I feel so the player didn't get more time for rest. But that was so
Yeah.
bad. Anyways, another development inside local football is that the under 20 team, men's team, they train for the Wafu competition where they go, and also the under 17 boys. Understand that they travel today to Moyamba for play friendly match as they prepare for the young competitions. Like the FA, they do well now in the male football system. We see now they go under 15, 17 and get the levels. But in the female side, there are some lapses. So we want it as far as we see today. England and Germany go play later today. Emmanuel in the women's football final, the Euros women football final, and we see England not get like 100% records, winning records in the competition, and now they host. So whether they host or not, but with the new coach, where they get about 104 goals where they don't score. And only
Mm-hmm.
4 goals against them. That's a very good record. And another thing, even though yes, Germany get record against England, but this England team is fantastic. So female football is developing worldwide, and we see South Africa for the first time win the Women's African Cup of Nations. We see how they be get for play against the host Morocco and beat them. Morocco of all people knock out Nigerian. Nigeria win at the giant of women's football. Don't win at 9 times. Although me get issue with how Morocco be win because that was bullshit. Looking at the way how they treat the Nigeria goalkeeper, they use this the lights where they use now the goalkeeper and face and all. So it
Yeah.
be so disturbing. But they knock out Nigeria and go to the final. South Africa for the first time we get two new finalists in the competition. South Africa winner. Same thing today. England will play Germany. Let's see how it ends. But Emmanuel, internationally, when you look at how female football they develop back home, you have to go well because the people they train for nothing.
Magdalene, you've said it all, but to be sincere, this one, in terms of the female Euro, it's staying home. Body is taking it to Rome. With the English people, it's staying home. It's not going to Rome.
So now and me and you meet up no more. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just the fear the record with Germany get over England. That's all. But I'm sure with the record with England get now that they score goals and all and defend well. I believe Sega will be a good game today for watch. Today I get two beautiful matches for watch. Yesterday after we Atletico Madrid beat Manchester United, I just sleep and I wake up now. There's some people that win their own cup 6-0. Then go play one Puel team na Spain with them conquer inside England. And another one other team beats we neighbor them 3-1. They say Ireland, they call Dortmund now. They say Man City they call Dortmund for
Ashinka.
accident now. If I the real Ireland for that ball we miss. So I never watch Manchester Volcano now. It's 0-0 and I see the King play. Number 7 is back.
Yes.
So straight up to international sport, Emmanuel. Looking at the returning of teams, Sado Mani winning first trophy with Bayern Munich yesterday after they be get for beat RB Leipzig by 5 goals to 3. And we see Ajax being get for bow to PSV Eindhoven by 5 goals to 3 as well in the Dutch Super Cup. Liverpool beat Manchester City by 3 goals to 1 in the Community Shield, and in the DFL Super Cup, yes, Bayern win am, but the Emirates Cup, when I want small Tamatis Cup, Arsenal began for
Yes.
play and beat Sevilla 6-0. So that's now the result for yesterday matches. What other result the way I no go call because but we play fine. So it's it.
And first and foremost, I want to say congratulations to we the Arsenal fans there. And you don't see we with the
Tamatis
cry,
Cup.
but at least you don't about 2 seasons that we know they will win the Emirates Cup. No other man they can't take kind of wheels. So they say 1,000 miles start from just a single step. And this is just a signal, say there's a brighter season ahead of we.
Now that they win the league.
Magdalene, to be sincere, we get Muhammad, we get Jesus. Magdalene, something go happen for Arsenal this year.
Also, get people when they got too much that they wickedness day.
No, well, at least then two great men and then they named and then at that team the favor go come. Me I know say to Muhammad and Jesus a name, favor must come. So we don't forget a better season. And
Liverpool get Nunes. They get Nunes. They get Daz. They go ready for on back.
We get Jesus, we able to overcome 3 to 4 defenders then. So it's well settled. and for Manchester United, to be sincere, it's good to see Ronaldo back on the pitch. And although people let me they talk about say one for and the like, remember
it's for me, I believe that was speculation because I never hear the player talk about it.
No, but the windows are still open, and that not mean to say no go still go. But
yes,
there are things we get personal issues and for fix, and you don't fix and you see it talk to the king is back. So let's see if he really is gonna stay back or really is gonna go somewhere else. But Ronaldo, to be sincere, will find make it stay with the club and it will give special flavor back to the English Champions League. Sorry, to the English Premier League.
But for many Manchester United fans, Emmanuel, they feel say Ronaldo not the problem. And for me, now that make I feel say for go and let Tengang get a total control over your own squad with one bill. But like you say, Ronaldo experience can help the squad. But if he not the problem, then why not?
Magdalene, I don't think so. Ronaldo is a problem. I think waiting Manchester
needs fans.
Yeah. To be sincere, for me, Ronaldo is not the problem. Magdalene, star na star. I will tell you that. For managing superstar is very difficult, but that's why you have professionals in these clubs. They know what to tell these boys, how to put them to their legs again. These are not young boys, these are professionals. They know their limits. They know them breaks. Right? They know the standard contract just for paper sake. No. They know every single clause where then they go put them in. So having Ronaldo, everybody know the impact we can make. Ronaldo in 10 minutes in a game can win a World Cup for you. And besides that, to be sincere, Magdalene, nobody in England, if you ask the English FA, they no one lost Ronaldo. Because with Ronaldo in presence, you know how many attention that they bring towards the league? These are names where you know are lost in the league because then they bring calm attention, they bring more money because everybody will watch Ronaldo the way they play. In presence alone at the field, they create impact. Even if you know good way play to Ronaldo, Magdalene, you're good.
All right. One example is the game where for be played today, not be sold out. The game when they play right now. So immediately when it announced that the King will be on Sunday, straight off all the tickets sell and the game becomes sold out. So the business part of it, that's why the club no one left farm, according to what me understand. But in terms of playing, I think you get a lot of fans because me, I follow Manchester all angle. A lot of fans they were happy with Ronaldo at the club. But now we left the Ronaldo talk and go to the other players. See, don't make a move and transfer the likes of Raheem Sterling and also Real Madrid beget for win 2-0 against Juventus last night. That was a wonderful match as well. So everybody they prepare for the new season, and we see the likes of Raheem Sterling, the money, and other players we make a move from different clubs. What's it now you think about the energy where some of them players they don't bring to the clubs that they come to?
And Magdalene, football, we are able to appreciate waiting and good after the first 10 games in the league. People don't say a lot about these players, but pre-seasons and when the season starts, a different thing. Like in pre-season, you try for evaluate your tools the way you get. But when you they come into the real game now, you get to be systemic. And in that first 10 matches, I need able to see, waiting this players and able carry. For now, everybody can play whatsoever you want to play. But when the league come at the time, Magdalene, the momentum the change. And Raheem Sterling move to Chelsea was a very good one. But remember, Chelsea are still lacking in terms of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
They need a lot
They
of
yet for replace Rodiger,
Rudiger
you
gone,
know.
you see, and Christensen also gone.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah, no replacement yet. So they really need for work on defense, you see. And if you watch Real Madrid, they're really building on their squad. Real Madrid are really building on their squad. So it's gonna be a very good season. A very good season. But I just wish for see how the first 5 to 10 games they go. Then we go able evaluate we say if you know who are the boys and who are the men in the league.
Now, una don't take men already. We didn't make more. Manchester United, we see Christian Eriksen, Martinez, and Malaysia. Where from plenty people don't impress. Then so far, we now there are the three new signing where they don't do as fans. They hope for see maybe more players coming in, but the likes of Alan and the Nunes don't they make a lot of noise between fans and social media and all, comparing players and all. And yesterday we see Nunes began for score for Liverpool and Alan began for miss one bad miss. Where a lot of people began for saying maybe not the fake Alan than they. Emmanuel, this set of players who don't kind of the Premier League, waiting that you take in terms of them performance standard, the level. Some people they say some player then they go get for flop and all, but not to the one they will buy. Maybe they're the other player them. So waiting that you take on that.
To be sincere, Haaland, I think from in performance last year, it was extremely good from Dortmund. He did extremely well. But I can tell people one thing, the league system then different. England, you need to get high pace and speed. And England, the defenders, to be sincerely, in the Yagbayu. The defenders in the Yagbayu, if you don't get speed and pace, you cannot succeed in England. And in about England again, games too much where you the play. So most of them players, the way you can see, they left some of the leagues and they cannot able to succeed in England. One, you get for take the number of games when they play and the weather. It can also affect players in the Alan. I very for Manchester City, and I just wish him better luck and making us suffer any major injury blow as the year they go by. But one thing people when they fail for looking into it again, Magdalene, this for win this league you need a depth. It's not about individuality. You go get some of these individual names, but what about in the first 3 games and get a knock and sit on for 6 months? Do you have the depth to win the league? Do you have the replacement for Alan when he's gone for 6 or 3 months? Do you have the replacement for Jesus when he goes for 3 weeks?
We
So that's the
resurrect.
depth. That's what you need. You will have the replacement for Ronaldo when he goes for 4 weeks.
We get
Will you have the
Anthony Marshall.
replacement for? So that is it. So you see, that's what you need. That's what
Yeah,
you
that's
need
what
in
Manchester
a team.
United lack. Manchester United lack squad depth. If you find out when we play in a part against Aston Villa, when them pull all the strong man them, the players the way kind side not able for all up. So if they find out say we they get issues with that. But all the team there, Martin, they don't try, and Arsenal don't do one of the best business then so far this season, and Tottenham Hotspurs. We hope for see a very good season. Emmanuel, quick one before we go. Let's look at some messages. Wake up. I think one of the big problem is most athletes are not monitored, not guided, and given marks to pass. As an athlete, I was left to do all the research about how to become the best in my category. What is the world record? What's the record time I must break and proper medication for the players and nutrition as well. Mohammed now be lifter, and he still the lift. It all lift, and then they do time trial in a salon and just the people that they feel for. And I think say it gets a point. Lots of time we athletes them lack motivation, they lack classroom lectures because the coach just they come no you lift this, you kick so, play so. They never put them down and tell them what them for do. Uh, it's very, very much sad, as Alima to say, sad, really. And another Mohammed they say again, and to add, we all know there is bias selection method, and people don't think of improving for international standard, but rather live a life of self. Exactly, because if somebody knows say are they close to this coach or the president for the association, and my papa or my uncle, you know they're serious for train. Because you know, so when international games come, they put on at the squad and all he care for. I know they're against people where they go left after games and they support them 100% because they know they get what it takes within this salo. So if person go out, they make him way, fine and good. How many people they help their family now from that? How many people they help hundreds of others out of that? So it's not a bad thing, but put the right choices for go represent. And quick one, this one say Sierra Leone, we have much to do when it comes to sports from Saleh Matu Kamara, Wanda Rashford, say Max Travis, thanks for your updates. Another one they say true from Joseph. And he said it was a good decision from Kozapa Koroma that was keeping out Lampard. Keep it up, my people, from Pastor Bao. And another one they say keep up the good work from Abuke Koroma. Augustine Kamade say I'm watching from in Lunga International Airport. Okay, Augustine. You know the fight again for switch go Usai for Kamu Bausa we did. For this is say Maggie join we. This is our time to smile. Greeting from Emirates Stadium. For the I'm not
Come
the
join
red
we, bro.
the red devil, see open me heart. First way they see where as if you open me heart now, the first way they see now welcome to Old Trafford. Emmanuel I didn't know that team una did I mean all the part una
Magdalene, you know,
bonus
so that the similar red normal, na red to red,
no
not of
we
our
get
color
different.
for
We
Kamuba.
get we all the thick red, una own another fade one. Now they use.
Okay.
So Emmanuel, as we round up now because I want to watch we game fine one the King Lip and play. See don't miss one or two. Fire and shot them. That one at Jesus when I get we'll get for Andulam. Or they put on a pocket. So
We go
Emmanuel, as
use
we go now,
Muhammad.
what's going to be your round up message?
Um, 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 as the viewers they don't put up Magdalene, it's really challenging for we athletes and back home, and we all know some of the struggles with and the go through. But this is a wake up call for the NOC way and then the big body way they pioneer sports activities in our country. Then we left some of these tick of the box activities. At least let the NOC sit back and get a review of we sports in our country and see that indeed in the next 10 to 5 years, this is the height we want we athletes in for day. And if it takes us to have the infrastructure back home, let's work on writing projects to build us the infrastructure instead of sending 2, 3 athletes out there. Trust me, Magdalene, the money where you spend every year for send 1 athlete or 2 athletes on a training camp, if you get that infrastructure back home, you can use that money to train up to 10 or 5 athletes. Then you spend up on 2, 3 athletes go. At the end of the day, we're not going to make that international time. So why you not able to draft some of them projects in there and get infrastructures and back home, use some of them money at the end of the day, build up a base for your athletes there. So instead of you having 1 or 2, takes maybe in the next 10 to 15 years, we might be producing more because there's always a base. We have the infrastructure. So let us look at that and say, okay, they've got a vision, right? Say in the next 10 years, this is where we want we are for the if now this year we need for the infrastructures and that will make a difference. And to followers them, I want for someone to keep up the good work, keep on sharing, keep on giving us the like and subscribe. And to the fans there of Manchester United and Arsenal and Manchester City, Liverpool, I want to wish we all a good season. And trust me, I know say the English Premier League get for be another interesting one this year. But we keep the faith and we enjoy the fun with the league for free.
As Arsenal, how many goals we have scored per this preseason? We have beat 5, we have beat
We beat
6.
5, we beat 6.
Now una lost one game, una they make like una no loss. Una lost one behind closed door. Una lost.
Man, I be behind closed door. You know, so now waiting the behind door, but you need to talk about time.
If una not win Premier this season, the banduna. When the resumption of the Sierra Leone Premier League, well, the Sierra Leone Premier League, we don't know it when it starts because we not get any information yet. But Bo Rangers and FC Kallon, they prepare. Tranga one FC Kallon don't start training because of the game for playing at the CAF Confederation Cup. And Bo Rangers also they prepare see 1 or 2 signing no happen, but we'll put them all together for we account on our next show where players and they move now. So that they prepare for the Champions League, the CAF Champions League. But Emmanuel, one big news every day go around when are the tombolistically transferred to Kaiser Chief. That news day, I'll be brief enough for talk, but to reach a point I'll be get for talk because I don't know whether Kaiser Chief been done talk to Bo Rangers or Musa Tumuna free agents, but Bo Rangers they claim say Musa Tumuna them player and they under contract. So it kind of confusing the whole issue.
Yeah, Magdalene is when that issue did at the see on the floor. I'm like, we need more details concerning that because if first and foremost, if Musa Tumbo is still a contracted player with Bo Rangers, then Kaiser Chief can no way talk to Musa directly in terms of contract. They have to go to an agent. So the agent they talk to Musa and your agent and then channel to the clubs. So if Musa is a free player being released, then the agent of Musa and the agent of Kaiser Chief then they talk. But see now in the picture, Bo Rangers are saying he's still their player, and when this player is saying I'm a free agent, so this is totally unprofessional. You see, that's where normally we talk to we brothers. You get to a certain stage where you don't need for now you documents now in the talk for you because then you legal tender where they show yes, this is what is between I and Bo Rangers. So if it is 6 months by 6 months is done, I'm a free agent. And even in the contract school, they tell you, say if you did for like 6 months, your club not pay you, you get a right for go. So in some of them contract, and when they sign them, no. And if you look at waiting Boeing, that they pay them players then. Was it a more than a year? Because it only done 1 year with Boeing Rangers. Was it only a year contract, 2-year contract? So we need Bo Rangers and also for release a press statement concerning that. Because some of these things where they happen now.
The press statement they release, they say
they
say not them player. But they not tell we whether the player 1 or 2 year contract or 3 year, whatever they pay, we don't know about that. Because in Europe, whether they sign person, not to all things and they talk, but they tell say, for example, Arsenal alone signed Gabriel Jesus for 3 years. And inside the contract where they sign, now so and so money Arsenal get for the pay. I mean, now this they receive every week. And inside in clause, if he Gabriel Jesus while left Arsenal, he go other club there for pay Arsenal so and so money, then I release clause law. So but in Sierra Leone, we know they see then they somebody they say Musa have 4-year contract with Bo Rangers. Yes, these are all things where people say, but Bo Rangers will come out and talk. I think I'll be message them be when at them PRO, the media man, for joining me today at this show, but reply me back. I send a message say, no, discuss this issue, let people understand properly. Because a lot of people now they look at them say, I see the good work way Babadi they do therefore because if person they do good talk they celebrate people when they're alive. Talk they do good.
Yeah.
but it don't get a lot of abuse. People then don't use words against her because of this. Because one statement will be common na that in a one person will be old Musa and passport, and you know one for release them. And at the end of the day, you get for say no, not so. Even the passport be there to the SLFA because Musa for be supposed for travel with the homebase squad. So the passport not be even there with Babadi. But people let me don't use words against her. So some of them think they are the clubs and second for the come up and talk to the media. But one thing I observe about Sierra Leone is we people the way they run sports, the one the way they play more, they don't expect the media. Then go only come to the media if you know them party. A lot of time at the PV Salone players, athletes them for interviews, some people don't even reply, even sports administrators and all. Welcome to the show, Jeremiah Gabriel, one time chairman for the nationwide sport. Uh, Supporters union. A day we say they watch. They watch we give me 2 years. Now Chelsea
That's
man.
good. That's good.
He had
Oh,
not sweet right now, he had heavy.
just a
Chelsea
right
supporter they
now.
at heavy.
Yeah. And get a fat right now. Hey, boo.
They get at come. They own any buy. We better don't buy one or two. Okay. The Musa Tumbo talk will not go down today. We still a monitor. For me, I've
Yeah,
still facing a
Magdalene.
rumor. And we not see
Yeah, just
in
a quick
other
one.
country there. Yeah.
Yeah, in relation to what's like we even talk concerning Musa Tumbo in passports, like when NBC the manager be holding passport. To be sincere, passport not a document for clubs. It's your personal document,
Yeah.
right? You the only tender to club when you want for travel. After I don't travel, then they return and you. It's your personal belonging. It's your property. It belongs to you. It's not owned by the club. So just like when you want to go play for Leon Star, now they give you passports. When you don't play on, you take your passport back from them.
In this situation,
Save one.
Emmanuel,
Yeah.
in this situation, if Kaiser Chief been complain, say, Bo Rangers, we want to not player. That nine club then can say, for example, Arsenal don't show interest in
Interest.
Ireland. So Kaiser Chief don't can show interest to both say it don't be why they go married person picky, they can't engage first, they show interest. So you don't show interest say you want by Musa. So what in Rangers they do now, they say law negotiate. Okay, we don't meet up on $50,000 for the player.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Rangers don't accept. Then they can announce to
Yes.
the press now say we don't accept a transfer fee in principle for Musa Tombo.
Yes.
And Musa Tombo, he left now for agreeing personal terms. Then I waiting Kaiser
Terms.
Chief there for go pay him. And all about that
Yeah. Yes.
$50,000 where for pay Bo Rangers. So
More.
after that, when Musa
More.
Tombo don't agree, so tell Kaiser Chief say, okay, will they pay you $5,000 every month? Then Musa Tombo say agree.
Yes.
He don't sign. Then they go now to the FA. Bo Rangers and then they go to the FA say we play her for travel, they sell them. Then
For
the
travel.
SLFA they
Thank you.
produce what they call International Travel Certificate, the ITC.
Yeah.
And that's not the
Yeah.
only way where you were able to get an approval and a professional transfer. Even at
Transfer.
that, if Musa Tomona free agent at all, as in the claim, because we don't know where they go on. Since Bowen has not talked to
Yeah.
we may not believe them, and I not believe Musa until I see documents. So as in the claim say in a free agent, even though in a free agent, it must get in your agent where they manage
Yes.
them. For example,
Yeah.
Ronaldo agent na Mendes. The tell way Raiola be there, they manage, pull by them until he die. Other players and get them papa then they can say na them papa na the agent. Like
Yeah.
other players and they them papa them can be the agent them. So Uda na this agent, if he Musa to a free player, Uda na the agent where they be in this deal. Where he no agree talk at all. Even this agent I get for negotiate on Musa in behalf, he accept fee for him, and Kaiser Chief accept for pay. They accept in personal time when they're in salary, and then go to the
Salary.
FA. The FA produce the travel certificate. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they're not just show you the travel. Say no my grab, una give me my passport.
No.
They go South
No.
Africa. You don't travel like that in football. In sport, it
No.
doesn't happen like that. You go through process, even if you not free agent. You go through
Yeah.
process, and when you when you dey wake up in the morning, self say you want go. Countries like South Africa, if you dey come out Salone, you need visa for go South Africa.
Visa.
You need just take your
Yeah, because not
passport
a
and
free
go.
entry. Yeah.
Yeah. South Africa, Sierra Leoneans they use visa for going to South Africa. So this all we want for let it clear, let we know what's in the go on. Let this not say no more, na free player, oh, they don't do and bad. Oh. For me, if what Musa talk, say na and do and two and in a free agent, I go ever remain for blame Bo Rangers for that. But if the other way, Bo Rangers correct, then I think say the player need education on how international transfer for be, and the people the way they be as agents or where they try for press on this deal. Now then are the problem where we get because they're not agree for come out. If them we don't agree come out, they will go get a clear picture about what's in the go on. Now that's me think.
Yeah, that's too, Magdalene, and you don't already educate the nation concerning this issue, and if people really follow up with you, say that's the actual truth. So this not for being a major issue. So just as you say, media would expect Bo Rangers for give a professional press release statement concerning this issue, because if not, this can bring damage towards the integrity of clubs
Mm-hmm.
and also within the players there. Because remember, they're also preparing for a big competition. And waiting will able to inside this player in mind now. Will he be able to focus to deliver if he's back to Bo Rangers? And in relationship with him and other players and the club, will it be good after waiting to
Mm-hmm.
happen? So now. So psychological effects can come in. So now make people therefore be very careful waiting they take to the media and how the media demanding some of them details than they. If not, it could damage your career. He's a very good player. Trust me, and then possibly they look up for step up into the big stage. But it has a procedure, and you don't explain how it for go. You see,
I know all them fans think can cost me because me not in number
I
one
know.
fan.
I
I
know.
know
I know how you
people
like Musa.
people very close to me know I like her personally. I like her
Yeah,
and I always
yeah,
talk on him behalf. But this particular
yeah,
situation, I didn't have defense. Why I didn't have defense? I for don't then have Bo
yeah,
Rangers then side. But because Bo Rangers not agree for talk to we and
yeah,
clear the he allow no waiting in clause, in transfer clause and all are old word. And to Musa are still
yeah.
old word because opportunities they don't carry, don't go, we see how it return come back and all. So, but maybe this might be in breakthrough. So let's see how things goes.
Exactly.
All right, Emmanuel, okay, I know what you do so now. You are all me at this show. Lord keep going. So I don't go watch
I
me
know. I see
sweet.
the thing.
Miss Sweet Manchester. Aruna Pepe from Canada. What's up? Long time. I lost na the show that today back come on. I go enjoy what come and sick. Moses
Manchester do
Buduski.
and so.
Welcome. But I don't well now. And we league for start October 8th. Emma will show na Pepe.
Exactly. And
We dey show
preparation
na
to go on
Pepe.
Super One.
We dey
Super
show na
One.
Pepe. We
Preparation to go on Super
Australia,
One, Maggie.
New South Wales, Africa Cup of Nations. They were prepare. Okay, Salone
Super
no get
One.
team, but we go appear magically. We go appear magically. Salone also okay go kalu. But well, it is what it is, man. We go appear
We
with
need to
team
pray
in our
for that
stadium.
nation.
I know if you say I dey join now,
Uh,
I dey join una now na Cape Verde. So we knock una out na Chan. We knock una out na Chan. So here in Australia as well, we knock una out. We go beat una this season. Wax.
Magdalene, watch out. Watch out. The Blue Sharks, we are
Now,
coming very strong. Watch out.
if he camp and car, we only wear jersey.
Eh?
Ma go boss band in belle. If not the men for now, I go kick ball na in belle boss. You know,
And
and
Vandy
so
the
that they
team very
una
strong right now.
and so now they go and talk so una get team. Una go see team. Who's like
No,
me the number
Magdalene.
2?
Yeah.
Who's like me the number 2? Sabi Alfred. Alfred.
Alfredo
Alfred.
number. Who said I use Alfred?
Alfred they play 6 for me.
Wow, we're
Me fit
finally
6.
una don't lost.
Put Alfred me
Because the
fit
one game
6.
they run up and down number don't butsu.
Who they train. Brahma, Salone, Mali, that game there for playing inside September. So then get like 1 month for prepare back for that. Um, and hopefully, yes, thing like that in September. Okay, where we they go? Still Manchester United, Vallecano 0-0 in the first half,
Yeah.
but I believe say we beat them today. Okay, then bye bye and have fun. We'll join on the next week for another edition of the Salone Sports Show. And me, I host Magdalene Adeot, me co-host Emmanuel. We guest winner Mamoud. He balance we, you know, kind of the show at all. If you wait, you don't with green light say the cam. But until then, have a blessed Sunday.